Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at who is headed your way and what do they have to say. So there are three groups to choose from. Group 1 is this banded agate. Group 2 is the orange calcite. And group 3 is the emerald. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and really feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you are most drawn to. I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you would like to jump ahead. Hi, Group 1. You chose the banded agate. So I'm going to put that right up here. And we'll start with some tarot to get some zodiac signs and some clues about who this person is that's headed your way. For Group 1, who is headed their way? Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. So this definitely is somebody who is coming in fast and furious with an offer of love for you, Group 1. This is somebody who maybe in the past had a hard time choosing between you and possibly other people that they were dating casually. They were having kind of a difficult time, maybe deciding if they were ready to settle down, ready for a commitment. There could have been other factors at play too, maybe choosing between different careers or just a lot of things that were really competing for their attention. They could have had a very active social life or a lot of family responsibilities, community responsibilities, maybe work, school, trying to find a balance with all of that. So some different options as far as what they wanted to invest in, where they were choosing to direct most of their energy and focus. And it looks like a decision has been made, and that decision is to head in your direction. So again, this could be someone from the past or somebody that you have been seeing maybe in a casual basis, maybe somebody that even is just a friend, somebody in your friend's circle that is, you know, really has had this choice as far as to just keep things in the friend zone or progress things forward. And kind of as time has gone on and they've had a chance to really sit with this, really mull things over, this attraction for you has grown, this desire to make themselves known, to present themselves, to offer this cup of love and to really explore where this relationship could go. What could grow out of this. They're very interested in doing this. They are coming in very quickly to you. This is somebody who may be coming in with you know, expressing either long-held feelings for you, some kind of a deeper attraction, or it's definitely the sense of wanting to reveal that they have feelings for you that go beyond friendship and really wanting to, you know, present you with that, present you with this offer, really, you know, show you their heart, expose kind of a deeper layer and level to themselves. If this is somebody from the past that maybe chose to go in a different route, chose a different partnership, or, you know, opted to focus on school or on work as opposed to relationships or the relationship between you specifically, then this person wants to kind of resurrect things. They're coming back around. They may have achieved some kind of goal and are now in a place where they are able to focus more on the connection, more on you, more on love, or some choices that were made in the past yielded some disappointment, kind of a grass wasn't greener on the other side energy. And so there's this desire to come back around to see if there's the ability to start fresh, to start over, to kind of rebuild out of whatever collapsed between you, or kind of some missed opportunities or closed doors from before. So in terms of signs, with the cups energy here, we have water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And with the wands, we've got fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So let's get into it now and see, what do they have to say to you? Group 1. What does this person have to say? Okay, so they say, you got all of me, I belong to you. So that's that energy. If they had maybe been investing in something else up to this point, maybe, you know, work was taking a lot of their attention. They were having to really focus on their career, focus on school, that something has come to a completion, something has come to a close for them in some other way. And so this person could definitely want to come back to you, to approach you, and to let you know that, you know, they have freed up their time, they have freed up their energy, they have in some way chosen to reprioritize this connection, this relationship, and where they may have been kind of avoidant before, kind of one foot in, one foot out, maybe wanting to keep their options open. Some kind of a decision has been made, some clarity has been reached, other choices have been eliminated, and it is something where, you know, they're wanting to come in and express that they are interested in moving forward with you exclusively. And they also say, do you forgive me? So there could be an apology that could be owed. This person may want to, you know, express kind of regret for having taken a while to come back around, having made the wrong, you know, decision as they are seeing it. Although there are no wrong choices, there are, you know, sometimes lessons that are camouflaged as maybe some disappointing experiences, but something that they have learned, that they have grown from, some reason that they are feeling that they need to come in and, you know, express their kind of regret. I feel for taking a while, for, you know, maybe juggling multiple options, investing in something that, you know, they may have reached their goal, had some success, but there's still this desire to come back around, that something is missing, they you know, something more is needed or desired in their life, and that appears to be emotional fulfillment and love in this connection with you. And they also say, I just can't seem to find the right words to say to you. So while they are, you know, having this passionate feeling for you, directing this energy, this desire to come in, there could be a little bit of a delay in that, in the actual manifestation of that in the 3D, as they are, again, with the 7 of Cups, really weighing out what to say, how to knock on that door, how to open that door. If an apology is owed, then they may be, you know, kind of really rehearsing to themselves how to say that, what to say, to make sure that, you know, the message is conveyed, both of their, you know, apology, of their regret, and also this desire to build and move forward with you, this energy of commitment and exclusivity, to be able to really convey that and reassure you that, you know, they're all in with you this time. So let's get some more messages for you, Group 1. Okay, and they say, deep down I was committed. So again, if they had been investing maybe their time and energy in something else, be this, you know, a career, school, so it's something where beneath all of that, despite how their attentions might have been pulled in other directions, there has been this deep and abiding sense of love for you just below the surface, that has been, I feel, in some of the moments that might have been a little more stressful, they've really leaned upon this connection, kind of looked at you as a goal, or this relationship as a goal, certain things they needed to accomplish first in order to really free up their energy, free up their time to be able to, you know, devote themselves fully to you, to this connection, some things they needed to figure out, to really make sense of, to kind of put in order before they felt equipped to, you know, be the person that you needed them to be a partner that could show up fully. So this can be something where, again, any sort of where they may have distanced themselves or chosen to move in another direction, they're letting you know that, you know, at the heart of that, at the bottom of that, despite whatever might have happened in the 3D, the previous circumstances, that there is this devotion to you that's been there for a while. And they also say you are the one. So this could be something along the lines of what they want to express to you. Maybe of, you know, several people that they were dating, options they were exploring. They've really determined you as the one, like with that Ace of Cups. Or, you know, if they chose to go the route of focusing on career, focusing on school, on other priorities, that they are, you know, now that they've achieved some goals, they've come to some success, that they are, you know, ready to let love in. They're ready to make love a priority. And so when they are thinking on who would be that person, that partner that they could see standing by their side at this stage, at this phase that they are in, you're the person that they think of, and this can be a big motivation for them making their way to you or back to you. And they also say surrender to the present feeling. So if there's a little bit of hesitation on your part as far as letting this person in or letting this person back in, maybe this is something where, you know, this comes as quite a surprise. This is a friend who feels something more, or somebody from the past that maybe moved away from this connection previously and is returning. They're really hoping that you can feel into things, see beyond the 3D circumstances, kind of transcend whatever happened in the past, the space you were both operating with, the choices that were available, and you know, the choices that were made based on the options in front of them. And they're really hoping that you can, you know, take the present circumstances, take their intention, the honesty with which they come in and the way in which they present themselves, that you will take that at face value, and not really let the past experiences or past disappointments with this person hold you back from a new opportunity with them. So let's get some more messages for you, group one. What does this person have to say? Okay, so they say very simply, hey. So this could be how how they knock on that door, how that introduction happens, how that, you know, this topic is broached. They could come in and just, you know, kind of dip a toe in the water, just start very, you know, basically with you. Could just be a very simple, you know, text message or a phone call, a message over social media that just kind of gets the conversation started. And they also say, just tell me how you feel. So they are very much intent on expressing some deep feelings, some deep emotions, and they're hoping that you are receptive to these and are really willing to have a conversation about them, that maybe you will, you know, kind of look at them with fresh eyes, look at the circumstances with fresh eyes. And if you're having some reservations, some hesitations, they're really hoping that instead of just shutting them out or shutting them down, that you'll be willing to talk through things, to express your doubts, express your concerns, so that hopefully you two can come to some kind of mutual compromise. And they also say, hurry up. So I feel that this is actually them telling this to themselves, that, you know, there's this sense of urgency. This sense of that now is the time, the circumstances are right, they are in the right place. Maybe they see that you are in a place where you're single, you're available, or in some way the time is now. So it fits in really well with that Knight of Wands, where they're really eager to come in and express this to you. So this communication, this person coming forward, could happen very quickly for you. And again, maybe quite unexpectedly, if this is somebody that you haven't previously dated. Maybe this was just a friend who is expressing the desire to become something more. So I'm going to close this reading out for you, group one, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Okay, so we've got I, N, Q, R, P, J, M, W, K, O, and U. So those are your messages, group 1. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 2. You chose the orange calcite. So I'm going to put that right up here. And we'll start with some tarot to get some zodiac signs and some clues about who is headed your way, who's coming towards you. Okay, so we have the moon, death, and the lovers. So this could definitely be a counterpart, a twin flame, a soulmate, somebody that you had a deep soul connection with from the past, where there has been an ending. Things are theoretically closed between you. You may have not heard from this person for a very long time. You may have just kind of dismissed this connection as over and done with, that this person didn't care, that they had moved on, that there was no resurrecting this. But there's some indication here that there's more to this than meets the eye. That they're, even in this state of you maybe feeling that the connection is over and done with, that within you there's still been some feelings for this person. You may have moved forward, moved even into the direction of another relationship, but inside that flame is still alive. There's still been hope. This is an indication of a cycle that perhaps you have been in with this person. So kind of a runner-chaser cycle. So something where, you know, you've come together previously and things have been very harmonious. There's been a lot of balance, a lot of cohesion between the both of you, and then something occurs, maybe one or both of you is triggered to kind of move in the other direction, and it signals the closure of the connection. and then perhaps at least one time, maybe multiple times, this person kind of comes back around, or, you know, through a series of synchronicities, serendipities, you run into this person in some way. They kind of are back in your life, or you're back in their life. And so this can be an indication of another of these cycles happening. Or if this is something where you haven't gone through this before, and it was, you know, just a connection, just a relationship that was over, that was done. This could even have been somebody that you were married to at one point in time that you have been divorced from. And you just kind of thought that the connection was done, that that was it for the two of you, that there was no more to this story. But it's indicating here that this could be time for a resurrection, or at least this person wanting to come forward and express some deeper feelings they have for you, maybe some reflection that has taken place in the time since you both parted, and they're seeing this with new eyes. There's been a rejuvenation of the feelings, or a desire to start again, to begin a new cycle with you. In some way, you two are being magnetized back to each other. So serendipity and synchronicity could definitely play a heavy part in this connection in general, and in these specific circumstances of reunion. So in terms of signs, with the moon, we have Cancer and Pisces. Death is Scorpio energy, and the Lovers is Gemini. So let's take a look at, what does this person have to say to you? Group 2, what do they want to say? Okay, and they say, I still love you. I'm sorry if I made you feel otherwise. So this could be along the lines, or almost literally, what this person wants to tell you when they come back in. It's this feeling of, in this separation, in this period of an end of the connection between the both of you, something has been made obvious to them, or they at least want to express to you that, you know, despite what was said or done, or the ways in which you may have gone into a separation, disconnected from each other, that love has been there. And that love is what's motivating them back in your direction. The connection at the heart level, at the soul level, this kind of twin flame connection, this soulmate, this divine counterpart connection, it's magnetizing both of you back. And at different times, you know, the fire between the both of you, it could vacillate between being an ember and being fully ablaze. And it feels like at this point, or recently, this person, these feelings for you have been on the increase. There's been this desire, this need to, you know, breathe some life back into the situation, to not leave things as you left them, but to, you know, put themselves out there, see if there's still hope, and to, you know, express any regrets over what might have gone wrong in the past between you. And they also say, tell me what I can do to make things right. So this person is really interested in working with you to some kind of compromise, to either, again, resurrect the connection, start again with you, have a new beginning, start off on a better foot, maybe do some healing. Some things could have been realized, some growth may have taken place in this period of separation. I feel both within you and within this person, and then kind of with this wisdom, with these fresh eyes, these new tools, this person wants to come back and present, you know, a more evolved version of themselves, or a desire to maybe work on this partnership in a way in which they were, you know, unable to, unwilling to, or unaware that was necessary previously. And they also say, does that offer still stand? So you may have told this person when you went into a period of separation that, you know, you would always love them, you would always be there for them, you'd be there to support them if they ever needed anything, to reach out to you, any number of things. And so this could be something that they're wondering, is your heart still open? Are you still really willing to work on things with them now that they've had some clarity, now that this time apart has really put things into perspective, and that they are, you know, kind of moving beyond whatever this, you know, kind of dark and desolate period of your connection is, and they've started to see things clearly. They've become illuminated to, you know, the intensity of your connection, the unique quality of your connection, this feeling of connectedness even in the separation, to where, you know, they may have kind of pushed this away or run from this or closed things out, but there's now this willingness or this desire to explore things with you, explore the connection further, and to move things into a different direction, the direction of harmony, away from wherever it is you left things last. So let's get some more messages for you, group 2. Okay, and they say, I could only work with what I had at the time. So that's a confirmation of what I was just saying, that maybe the tools they were working with at the time, they didn't know how to, fix things between you. They didn't know how to show up as an emotionally available partner. This could have been something where, they had some triggering that had surfaced based on, the connection, maybe some kind of wounds regarding past heartbreak, or some kind of issues with intimacy. There's been a maturation that's taken place, an evolution that's taken place. One way of being or showing up in the world has ended for this person. And it's a new and reborn version of them that wants to come forward and wants to show you how they have changed. Not just tell you these things, but, demonstrate that through actions, through corrected behavior, and through really investing emotionally and doing what needs to be done to make things right, or, move things into a better direction. And they also say, my heart aches to reconcile. So yeah, that's that energy of that flame between the both of you, that even in the separation, there's this growing longing for you. There's this sense of things becoming clear. Maybe they are realizing you as a soulmate, as a twin flame, as a divine counterpart. In some way, they are yearning to come back together with you, based on some work that they have done on themselves, some patterns that they may have closed out, cycles that they may have broken, or just patterns within themselves that they've become aware of, that could have led to what the ending that occurred between you, ways in which they self-sabotaged or sabotaged the connection in the past. There's this desire to make things right, to apologize, and to create a new beginning with you, rebuild from the ashes of what once was, and to really invest in this connection in a way to where there is more of a chance of harmony than maybe what existed between you in the past, or the way things are between you now. And they also say, write down your feelings. So this person could be drafting you some kind of email or text message. That could be the way in which they reach out. This person could even be journaling. They could be writing poetry, just in some way expressing their feelings. They could even, for some of them, be kind of like scripting how that's going to go, what that apology is going to look like, practicing that as they are kind of making their way towards you, and as they are getting ready to kind of reach out and make themselves known, express this apology. They're trying to figure out what to say. This person could also practice the law of attraction, and so they could be making vision boards, or kind of manifestations, intentions. Maybe even they've gone into some kind of therapy or some kind of self-help, to where they've recognized some patterns within themselves. They've been working through some woundings, some residue from childhood or previous relationships. And so that could involve some sort of journaling, some kind of work that they've been doing to really express these feelings, process these feelings, purge these feelings, and transcend beyond that. So all of that could be part of what they want to, kind of present to you, explain to you when they come forward, is the ways in which they've changed, the work that they've done, these new tools or methods that they have for really processing and digging deep into their own emotions and motivations. So let's get some more messages for you, group 2. What does this person want to say? Okay, and they say, maybe you were better off without me. So they're lingering a little bit in the shadows. There's a little bit, that's kind of fitting in with what I was picking up with, maybe scripting things out, or if they're writing an email or text, they could be doing a couple drafts of that, writing something and then, discarding it, or saving it, or just not sending it, because there's this aspect of, now that they have this enlightenment, these tools, and they're kind of self-reflecting on what, their part is in whatever happened in you in the past, this period of separation, whatever ended the connection. They're kind of doubting if this is something that can be fixed, if they're deserving of a second chance, or based on what happened with you, if you'd even be willing to entertain that. So there is a part of them that is holding back, as they're kind of working through that fear, to at least reach out, at least put themselves out there and see what happens. And they also say, your heart is like no other I have known. So this is a sense of that enlightenment that has come to them through the separation of this deep connection between you, this counterpart energy, this soulmate energy, this twin flame energy, things about you that they may have taken for granted or overlooked or not appreciated in the past. They're starting to really see that with fresh eyes, and they're starting to realize that, you know, you guys had a lot of compatibility and really a potential to create something wonderful, to be very bonded in a very nurturing and, you know, successful partnership, and that it would take some work, and whatever, you know, they were prioritizing or the tools in which they were coming to the relationship with, their, you know, their coping mechanisms and their ways of processing and expressing their emotions, that it's something that as they've worked on these other things, and they're again being drawn back to you and to some realizations that, you know, the problem might not have been with you, but maybe something in them that needed to mature, needed to grow, needed to be let go of, some cycles that needed to be closed out. And then again, an interest now in starting a new cycle with you, starting afresh with you, because there's, you know, this longing to be with you, and this love that has persisted and has existed this whole time through circumstances and separation. And they also say, I hope that you are okay. So this is a great closing message for you, group 2, that, you know, even in this separation and the silence, there is this love for you, there's this caring for you. There's a feeling of regret also in terms of their role and what might have happened in the past, and knowing that they hurt you, their actions or their words, maybe the ways in which they weren't able to give in this connection. They understand that that caused you pain. They're recognizing some things that they could work on that needed to be improved within them. And they're really hoping that even if you don't want a second chance with them, if it's, you know, too much that has occurred and that you're unwilling to start again, they're really hoping that, you know, they're wishing you the best and hoping that in the end you're okay with where things are at, you're okay in yourself, and that you're not still hurting and, you know, feeling heartbreak from whatever happened in the past. And, you know, on some level, if you are feeling that, then they're hoping that they can at least provide you some kind of closure, some kind of, again, apology or explanation, or just in some way to kind of end the connection, move the connection from a sour note to something more along the lines of, you know, where you can have a peaceful resolution between the both of you and can move forward in your own lives. So I'm going to close this message or this reading out for you, group 2, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or your person, or it can spell something out, whatever resonates for you. Okay, so we have A, D, N, L, R, T, M, Q, I, and S. So those are your messages, group 2. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell divination tools and some handmade jewelry in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 3. You chose the emerald, so put that right up here. And we'll start with some tarot to get some zodiac signs and some clues about who is headed your way. Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Page of Swords. So this is definitely somebody who could have been watching you from afar, watching you for a while, really planning what it is that they were going to say. There could have been, maybe this is even somebody that you met through a dating website, somebody that's seen you on a dating website or on social media, and so there could have been some options as far as who they reach out to, who they make themselves known to, who they express themselves to, but some decision has been made to make contact with you, make communication with you. This could also be somebody from your past who maybe was, you know, not wanting to settle down in a connection, so could have been dating multiple people, had multiple choices, multiple things that were kind of pulling on their energy, kind of directing their focus to, you know, work, to family, to community activities, to friends, romance, maybe between, again, you and several people that were options. And so they were kind of stretched thin at the time and perhaps made a decision in the past to move away from this, to kind of reject this connection in the past or move in another direction. But I feel that if that was the case, then they've kind of been watching you from afar this whole time. Energetically, they've been feeling you. They've been kind of checking in energetically, sensing you, very curious about you. Maybe they heard about you through other people, saw something about you, something came up on their social media feed, or in some way they've been reminded of you. They've been given signs, maybe seeing your name, or different things that have just kind of brought their attention back to this connection, back to the past, back to what could have been, what almost was. And it's something to where now there's this desire to really explore this, that after kind of maybe watching for a while, feeling into things, really taking the time to, you know, see where are you at in your life? Are you single? Are you available? What are your circumstances? That they are now at this point of being very certain that now is the time to make this communication. The communication could be coming in very fast with this Eight of Wands. They're very decided about this. They could be in the process of, you know, really planning that, really orchestrating that. If it's an email or a text that they are wanting to send to really open that door to reach out, it's sort of like this energy of any day now that could be coming in. It could come in quite unexpectedly. This could be quite a surprise, especially if this is somebody from the past, somebody that maybe chose to go in another direction, romantically speaking, or had chosen to focus on work or school, some other kind of priority, and had sort of put this love at the back burner, or, you know, had chosen to kind of reject the connection, to not really explore or investigate the connection. That hearing from this person could be quite a surprise. The way in which you hear from this person or the words that they say, I feel it's going to pretty much catch you off guard in that sense. It's definitely blast from the past energy here. And again, somebody who's kind of had been watching, sort of, you know, getting to see. They may not have been watching the whole time, some of them could have, but it feels like they just have semi-recently kind of renewed this interest or had this desire, this curiosity to see where you're at, whatever happened to you, you know, what became of you. Maybe some other cycles have kind of closed out in their life, some other things have not panned out, or their energy is just kind of freed up. They're having this sort of reprioritization of love, and so as they're thinking back maybe on people from the past, or if it's somebody that, you know, maybe you know through a social circle, or somebody who, again, sees you on a dating website, sees you online, they really have come to this point where they feel that you're somebody they'd like to get to know. They would like to express themselves, make this truth known, see where things go, see where things can lead. And in their mind, there are a lot of possibilities of what could happen. Among that are rejection, or, you know, kind of broaching this silence, and then finding out you two don't have much in common, or not much in common anymore, and then things kind of close out in that sense. There's a possibility this could lead to friendship, or a possibility to much more. So they've been weighing all of these options. I feel that's also really factored in with this connection and or the communication, and it's really something that they're having to consider all these different angles of what the response could be. No response, a less than desirable response, or an optimal response, or even something better than they could have imagined. So in terms of signs, with cups, we have water energy, which is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. With the wands, we have fire energy, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And swords is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So let's see, what does this person have to say to you, group 3? What do they want to say? Okay, and they say, I miss you regardless of how things look. So again, if this person had chosen to maybe put love on the back burner, reject this connection in the past, or go in another direction romantically speaking, there is this desire, and there is this longing to rekindle things with you, to in some way be back in your life, to really reconnect with you. And they also say, I want to hold you in my arms so badly. So again, this desire to reconnect, to maybe this was a false start before, maybe you never really got the relationship off the ground, and it's something where there is this desire now for this closeness, this renewed closeness, choosing an option that they may have not chosen before. Maybe this was something where they chose to keep it only at friends, or again, not focus on romance, on love, on building a connection between the both of you. But there's some degree of regret with that, or something that, you know, they at least are in a place where they are now ready. They may not have been emotionally equipped, or may have just had a lot of other things going on in their life, a lot of other circumstances that were kind of coming at them, competing for their attention, other things they had to focus on. And, you know, so they chose not to invest in this, or couldn't invest in this fully. And, you know, it just kind of fizzled out, or was sort of a false start. But they're now in a place where they're willing and able and interested in investing in this, seeing where this can go and what you two can build together. And they also say, does that offer still stand? So this could have been something that, you know, maybe you told them that, you know, you wish them well, you hope they, you know, have success at whatever they're doing. That, you know, if they ever change their mind, to reach back out, if they ever need something, to reach back out, something you might have said in the past, maybe that you would even be there for them through thick and thin, something along those lines. And so they're wondering, even does that offer of your heart, that spark of a connection that may have existed previously between you, is that still there? And that's part of this planning and this anticipation, where they're looking at all the options, where they could potentially be rejected, or, you know, this is something where you could really embrace this and you two could move forward in a beautiful direction together. So let's get some more messages for you. Okay, and they say, can you feel me with you? So that's that confirmation of that they've been energetically checking in with you, or at least feeling your energy. And it's something that may have renewed their interest in this, sparked their curiosity, where there's this desire to explore this and to see, you know, what's that about? Maybe why after all this time is there still this feeling of connectedness between the both of you, and what can be grown out of that? I feel they may have also been kind of dipping their toe in the pond in terms of energetically sort of extending themselves to you. So it may be something where you're kind of feeling this, feeling the anticipation of somebody on the sidelines, somebody coming back in, somebody getting ready to approach, or even the specific person. You may be feeling their energy, thinking of them, dreaming of them, seeing signs that are reminding you of this person, which can all be taken as confirmation that you are, you know, you're on their mind as well. Their thoughts and their energy are projected in your direction. And they also say, my love for you is as deep as the ocean. So despite whatever might have happened in the past, or, you know, as they were saying that they miss you regardless of how things look, whatever choices that were made, they were made from a place of feeling that it was the best decision at the time. Maybe they didn't have, you know, the the energy to devote fully to building this connection, making you feel appreciated and loved, because they had a lot going on with, you know, career, a lot going on with school, some family things that were kind of pulling their attention away. And so what may have appeared as rejection was just perhaps their way of, you know, trying to kind of save you the disappointment of feeling neglected. And so they made a choice when you were previously dealing with them to just sort of disconnect so they could fully devote themselves to whatever was really was kind of urgent, was really, you know, necessitating their full kind of devotion and energy at the time. If this is something where they chose another partnership, though, it's, you know, it's kind of a situation of the grass was not greener on the other side, or, you know, maybe as they got to know that person or chose to stay just kind of single and in the dating pool, and they've really had some kind of misconnections or not really resonating with other people. All of this has served as a reminder to them and kind of emphasized more the connection between you, the feelings that exist between you, the potential that's here. And they've really had this time to explore, to look within, and to really get to understand the depth of their feeling, which you know, it goes beyond just physical attraction. It's definitely soul level connection here. And they also say fear held me back. So this could be one of the reasons why they chose to kind of step away from this, block out this connection, reject an offer of love that you may have made them in the past. Maybe you expressed feelings to them and they, you know, rebuffed those. They chose to not follow up on those, to not reciprocate those, or to at least make known that they had feelings for you. They could have denied that they had feelings for you or said they were not interested. And so if that's the case, they're letting you know that fear had a lot to do with that. Maybe fear of rejection, feeling that they weren't good enough, that if you got to know the real them, you wouldn't like what you saw, or something, some kind of heartbreak of the past, and they were just kind of afraid of repeating those cycles of allowing themselves to open their heart, to fall in love, only to have it not work out. So let's get some more messages for you, group 3. Okay, and they say, I worry that I will never be good enough for you. So that's that energy right there that just came up of fear and, you know, feeling of unworthiness, that maybe if you got to know the real them, you wouldn't like what you saw. And so that could have kept them at bay, kept them kind of holding back. It could have been something that motivated them to focus on career, on finances, in some way needing to build themselves up or accomplish some things before they felt worthy of love with you or love with anybody at all. And they also say you cross my mind 1,000 times a day. So that's that energy of, you know, this desire to make things right, these deep feelings that they have for you. And again, if you're thinking about this person a lot, you're being reminded of this person, seeing signs of them, seeing their name a lot, seeing them in dreams. That's again a confirmation that you're on their mind. They're curious about you, they're thinking about you, they're wanting to come back in. They could be watching you from afar. If you have each other on social media, then they're definitely checking out your profile page, looking at what you have to say, reading your blog. This could be something where, you know, they're even kind of watching you on social media from a profile, you know, a fake profile or something, just to, you know, or Googling you, something like that, asking about you. Maybe revisiting places that, you know, you two used to visit, listening to songs or music that you shared, that you enjoyed together, revisiting memories with you, possibilities, going over all of that, all of these scenarios, these experiences, these missed opportunities, and, you know, the times that you did share. And it's filling them with a feeling of nostalgia. And again, this desire to really try to open this door and to see maybe what can be sort of resurrected, where can you build upon this, where can you go from here, from wherever you last left things or are currently at with this person. And they also say, I know that we're not perfect, but we are perfect for each other. So that's a beautiful message to end this reading on for you, group 3, where there's this energy of, you know, this counterpart, this soulmate energy, where, you know, despite this fear that this person might have of not being good enough, or, you know, fear of rejection, any kind of dissimilarities between the both of you that may have caused them to kind of reject this connection in the past, or really question if you were a good fit for each other, that time and space and other experiences, other, you know, things that have come to their attention, come to their awareness, that they've had time to sit with and really think about. They've come to this place of really knowing that you fit really well together. You have a very complementary energy despite any kind of apparent differences between you both. And it's something that they're interested in seeing, where where you can go from here, where they may not have appreciated the connection or the possibility, the potential that was there. There's this interest in revisiting things, seeing things with fresh eyes, choosing a different route where they may have said no to this connection in the past. There's this desire to say yes, to see what can bloom out of that, what can blossom. They've come to a deeper level of understanding and appreciation of themselves and within themselves, and in some way they've come to recognize and appreciate you, your energy, and the potential of this connection, and what has existed in the connection in the past, and the possibilities of the future. They're coming to see that all from a new light, and they're definitely very much geared toward knocking on that door and seeing, you know, what can be salvaged, what can you build, where are you both at now, who are you as people, who have you grown into as people, and, you know, where can you go from here moving forward. So I'm going to finish this reading for you, group 3, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. All right, and we've got T, Q, W, H, N, A, K, I, C, X, F, D, and O. So those are your messages, group 3. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.